What about GMOs? We could do a whole talk just on GMOs, but for today's purpose, it's such a hot thing. I'm not one of these people that absolutely unequivocally thinks it's all the bane of Satan. But what I do know is this: historically, as human beings come up with new innovative ways to radically change the planet as we know it, I've never seen it work out good. Now, I'm not saying it couldn't. I'm just saying historically I've never seen it work out good. Oh yeah, nuclear bombs are horrible, but at least we can have nuclear power plants, like Chernobyl and Fukushima. So here's the reality. We're told that GMO is the same as selective breeding. This is selective breeding. When you see all those beautiful yellow flowers in Napa in around March, those are mustard flowers. From mustard flowers and selective breeding, we get kale, broccoli, Brussels sprouts, cauliflower, cabbage. They all come from mustard plant. And it's based on farmers over years selecting certain traits they liked and cross-pollinating them to get to these points. Okay? That's radically different than taking the DNA sequence from one animal and with a high-pressured gun blasting. I always like they say, we insert it. It's like they go in. Some guy's got like really strong like glasses, and like real sharp tweezers, and he's pulling out bits of DNA sequencing and very selective. No, it's just they just stick a petri dish on the wall, blast it with DNA strands from this other species, and some of it will stick and some won't. The ones that stick, that's the ones they keep, and they grow them in petri dish. That's how this is done. So it's pure frankenfood. Now, the most common things that we use it for right now are Roundup Ready, right? So that we can spray more and more Roundup because the weeds are getting resistant. So they have to jack up the concentration of Roundup that they spray over the fields. But they need the plants that they want to keep there not to die. So that's one way they do it. That's one reason they do it. So what are we doing? Are we using more or less Roundup? More. Is it going to become more or less? More. At what point, even if you're the most oh come on, it's increasing production. At what point do we say we've tipped it? I'm going to tell you there's strong evidence you passed getting a while ago. Right? To coin Jeff Gankis. The other one is Bt toxin. So Bt toxin, the way it works is it destroys insects' GI systems. So almost all, like 98, 99% of the soy products you buy in America are Bt toxin. 99% of the corn is Bt toxin. And we're eating this stuff, and we're consuming it at younger and younger and younger and younger ages, dare I say, as fetuses, because they're finding it in fetal bloodstreams. Fetal bloodstreams. We passed getting a while ago. Do we see more GI problems now or less? More. Are we seeing it in younger and younger people?
Yep. Yes.
The problem is, different than doing this to an animal, like a cow, where if it breaks out of the corral, you can go get it. And the odds are it can only, get it on with a few other cows. Pollen goes wherever it wants. When they've done studies on this, you can't see it. I could print it for you if you're interested. But suffice to say, on every nutritional panel, non-GMO corn exponentially outpaces GMO corn. So the sugar content's the same, but the nutrient content is dramatically lower. So we're not eating, our family's always eaten this. We always eat this way. No, you didn't. It didn't exist 30 years ago. Yeah. No, you didn't. So I love this, right? In Europe, they have to actually label it. But for whatever dumbass reason, Californians voted to not label their food. It baffles the mind. Oh, it would add so much more expense to people's baloney. That is such a crock of crap. They change their labels all the time.
Yes, they do. Every year.
It's baloney. But we bought it, didn't we? The most liberals, yeah, it was all payoff money, man. It's insane. I love this. And here we have a bunch of food made from crops that caused insect stomachs to explode. It's safe for you, though. And here's why it happens, right? You know, Michael Taylor, the VP for Public Policy at Monsanto, is now the Chief Commissioner for the Food and Drug Administration. Nice.